What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Mondays with Mike. I'm Mike, the owner of Axion, and we're back again for another Monday to go over car parts, what you need for your car, different questions you might have. We come back here every Monday or every other Monday and answer all the questions through the comment section. So just making sure we have sound and we're good to go. And yeah, we'll wait for people to get some questions in and go from there. Yeah, we'll see how many people tune in today. So, yeah. So, like I said, put your comment in the box. I go over all like new products that we've added to our website or new parts that are coming up or different sales that are going on. Um, yeah, it's pretty much just a place to come on, ask stuff live instead of on Facebook and the groups and get a better response and feedback. Some of the questions and some of the people commenting in Facebook is really bad these days. And I feel like you're not getting honest or good information. So, a better place to come in here together with everyone and talk between yourselves in the comment section or ask questions. And yeah, have a good time. We're usually on here for 30 minutes to about 45 minutes, depending on how active you guys are in asking questions. So the more people, talking and commenting, the longer we stay on. So, but yeah, let's get into some of the stuff right now. First of all, Wake of the Dragon coming up for anyone that's around the East Coast or North Carolina for that fact. K-Tuner sponsors or puts on an event. They're putting it on now with Two Step, and it's a big event that they do in Western North Carolina, and it's the Tail of the Dragon, which they go on driving events and huge stuff. So you can check out the Wake of the Dragon stuff, and you can book your hotels and all that through there. We are a sponsor yet again for this year's. I'm not sure if we're going to make it there or not this year. Kind of iffy on the timing of the event too, being that it's still at the end of March and the weather in that area is kind of hit or miss. So yeah, so we got a first question from Adam. Hey, I got a 10 SI. I want to get an exhaust with little no drone at all since I bought the car. It came with a muffler delete and it's very drony. First of all, does it have a factory downpipe or an aftermarket downpipe? That's usually the thing that's going to give it the most sound difference right off the bat. There is a couple different ones. So factory. So yeah, you probably want to go with maybe the Greddy SP one. That one's pretty mellow. You can always email us and I can shoot you a list of direct links. Is it a 2-door or 4-door? Because I do have a special on 2 doors if you're wanting something. Trying to get rid of some stock. We still have some leftover stuff in Arizona that I'm trying to get rid of. So some engine mounts and a lot of exhaust systems still that we usually keep in Arizona. So trying to keep stuff more on the West Coast and here in North Carolina. We have a couple other affiliate companies that hold stock for us in different warehouses. So helps us keep those lead times of shipping if it's in stock to about 1 to 2 days, which you're getting pretty much for free. So yeah, the AWE Touring, it is expensive, but it does come with a front pipe, and you're going to want to do the Touring over the Track Edition. Just the sound difference is totally different on those. Definitely stay away from the Track Edition. Yeah, there's a couple options to go with. Full race one's pretty nice. I can't remember if they still have any in stock though. But like I said, you can email us and I can send you some links of the ones that I think are the least drone exhaust. Thermal make a really nice one too. It's amazing on the 11th gen. And like I said, the Greddy SP, it's more just depends on if you like the look of the mufflers sitting at the back. I think they're pretty cool looking. But yeah. What's up, Mark? How's it going? How's the Integra? And the Volkswagen. Yeah, you can message us on email, axionindustries@gmail.com, or either on our Instagram or Facebook, whatever. I've got tons of avenues to reach out and get in touch with us. Good to see someone with a 10th gen on here. I feel like the 10th gen market's kind of like taking a break for a little while. It's because, it's been out for a while, but there's still a lot of people that are modifying them. We've added a bunch of parts last week to the website I wanted to go over. So we finally got in touch with Paragon. They make fantastic performance brake systems. So we've added a bunch of Paragon stuff to the site. Some new Skunk 2 camshafts came out for the K20C4, so RDX Accord, and probably will work in the TLX 2.0. I don't really see the point in going the cams till you've really maxed it out. But just wanted to add them to the site and let you know that Skunk 2 now make camshafts for those motors. Since the cam profile is pretty mellow, there's going to be certain tuners that do not recommend getting cams. They like the factory ones. So it's just ask your tuner what they want you to run. So it's usually a best bet, Yeah, the thermal's probably one of the best catbacks. It's pretty amazing. So, yeah, I mean, who knows if the Skunk 2 stuff's even going to work? I don't even know if they've tested them, if they've tried anything. I don't even think there's any dyno figures as far as what I know on the cams. I didn't even know they were releasing anything yet for it. I knew they were coming, but yeah. Oh man, another busy Monday though. Thank you, everyone. We did add one thing. So we get a lot of questions whether we do airbags or not. I'm not really into that stuff. But Airlift did come out with their own coilover line. So we added some of those to our website. So if you're a fan of their stuff and you've had it before, yeah, I actually have a ton of APR carbon in stock. I don't know if we've added it for the Integra Type S yet, which I can get it all. So if you want, I can have the team add the APR stuff tomorrow. I know I have it online for the FL5, but I don't know if I added it yet for the Type S. I know I have the center coolant cover, radiator cover in stock. Shift kit, I still don't know anything from Acuity. I commented on one of their posts and they failed to give any feedback, so they probably want to still keep it quiet. That's what I'm thinking. What's up, Mike? Motor mounts, I'm still a huge fan of Hasbro. If you want little to no vibration, you can do the PRL rear mount. It's only a 60A versus, Hasbro do 70As. Hasbro is the only one that makes an upper mount. And then PLM are finally getting their side mount done, which should be in the next month or so. So hopefully. But yeah, Hasbro's the OG, man. They've been making mounts for 20 plus years. Everything's CNC'd on a Haas CNC machine. You can't get any 62 urethane in the Hasbro anymore. They're having a tough time getting them. So it's 70, 88, and then 94. Yeah, Mark, just shoot me a Facebook message and I'll make sure my team adds it. I don't do any of the part stuff. We actually hired someone that handles the website, everything. As you'll probably notice, it looks a lot better now. So we're getting more and more stuff added all the time. Yeah, I can get EBC pads too. So just shoot me a link and I'll add them. There's so many people that keep wanting different stuff and I keep trying to concentrate on one car or another. And, but yeah, I can add whatever you want. 62, there's a huge difference from 80. The 80s rattle, your whole dash will vibrate, especially with your AC on. 62, you'll get minimal vibrations. Right now, the Hassport mounts are 5-week wait time, maybe longer. Um, and I wanted to let you all know there's actually a lot of people in here. I don't know if I'm allowed to release this or not. PRL pricing is going up. So you guys have about a week or so until the prices go up 10 to 20%. So I would suggest if you've been eyeballing something PRL from us, I would get your order in now. So a little bit of information that I don't think is out there, but they will be raising their pricing, which is pretty standard. They have never really done a big price increase ever. So I think it's, with everything going on in that, I'm assuming just, the size of the business and that they would want to have a little bit more profit. I don't know if they've been going downhill. I mean, a lot of stuff changed. I haven't seen anything to do with quality control on PRL. I do know that for a while there, they had a tough time with stock. It was because they brought on a whole Honda line of OEM Honda parts, which really kind of screwed up a lot of stuff from what I was told. And then obviously they sold the business. So you add those and different people running it and different people behind the scenes, things aren't going to go smooth for a while. But I mean, PRL has been back doing really good for at least the last year. Yeah, they have a tough time keeping some stuff in stock, but I mean, what company doesn't at this point? I mean, I've got a lot of companies right now that are 8 to 16 week lead times. So on certain parts, certain exhaust, 9-month wait. It's just normal. This all happened during COVID with the 10 Gen. You get to a point with these cars, the new ones, when it's about 2 to 3 years old, and it's like everyone just starts modifying at the same time. And it's impossible keeping thousands of units of things in stock. So yeah, I need to add the PWR actually. That's another thing that's on my mind. So thank you for letting me know, Ben. I've been trying to get more and more stuff added. We actually added, if you go on the site and scroll down, you'll see everything. We're going to update everything that was added every week is in that carousel. So if you're just browsing to see what we've added, it's a cool place to go in there and look. And yeah. We do have the PRL new carbon for the FL5 in stock. I don't know how many we have left of those. And I'm trying to think what else. There's quite a few things in stock, but there is some stock that is going out. I mean, downpipes are still impossible to get, especially for the Type R. I might have one or two-step ones coming available in about 3 weeks. RV6 is mid-March. The Axion one sold out. I sold out the first batch with literally in a day. So there's finally some 2-liter downpipes from us floating around the internet. And maybe you'll see people posting about them. I don't know. It's a lot of people have promised like, yeah, we'll do a review online and I'll take pictures, and I haven't seen much. So hopefully some people can get our name out there for the downpipes. Our next batch is about 1 to 2 months. I do have some good news though. One of the downfalls about the downpipe that we make is none of the blankets from PTP will fit it because of the V-bands. And I reached out to PTP the other day. We're going to actually ship a couple downpipes to them and actually custom make our own 1.5 and 2-liter Axion PTP blankets that fit our exact downpipes. So because ours doesn't have the heat shield, it would be more money to weld on all these things for the stock heat shield, and the V-bands usually hit it. So we didn't do that, but I wanted to get the blankets made. So hopefully you'll see the blankets within maybe 3 to 4 months. Ported fuel lines, probably about 2 weeks. Just waiting on Honda. Yeah, well, it's because, I mean, they were bought by a private equity firm. So everything gets changed, and the way they do things are totally different at PRL now. Pretty much like when we order stuff, nothing ships from PRL. Everything ships from distribution warehouses all throughout the country. So I like to, part of the channel was to let more people know some of the background information in the industry and, what really goes on because, a lot of, people that email us nowadays just are really clueless about manufacturing and the automotive industry and how parts work. And, so that's why we kind of started the channel was to get more real information out there as people tune in. So, yeah, I think the downpipe will be cool. I already have an idea in my head of how they could do it. They'll make it whatever way they see fit. But yeah, I do have in-house welders, not here at Axion. I actually have a company that I work with, and they're actually based in Arizona, which kind of sucks now that we've moved. But I just ship the stuff to me here. But they do fantastic work, and I've actually thought about, oh, it'd be cool to be able to get it made locally here or hire someone. But they just do a fantastic job, and I have, there's no reason to move it out of Arizona, so it's just going to stay there and continue to do the amazing job they do. I don't know if you guys have seen one in person, but it's still, I think, one of the best looking downpipes made. And as far as engineering goes, I still think it's one of the best, so there's nothing like it on the market. So, I mean, you can't really, it's like apples to oranges. Oh, cool. I can't wait to see how that works. We do have the Axion inlets in stock. Finally, those took forever, but I've got them in stock now, which is good. But I mean, everyone's all about the 27.1 inlet and, the PRL one. The funny thing is, people see the price of our intake inlet and they're like, wow, $899. That's a ripoff. And then I'm like, well, you bought an inlet at $500 and you bought an intake at $400. It's $900. So I think our stuff's pretty good priced. The fact is, take any of those intake inlets and go put your hand on it after a couple dyno runs. Tell me how hot that thing is. So that was one thing I wanted ours to be made out of full aluminum, so it had the least amount of heat soak. And I think it does very well. And it's got a race MAF, which you can't get with any of the others, which is an extra 5 wheel horsepower. So, but it does need tuned. That's the only downfall of it, but I wanted to make something outside the box. So, Turn 14 are another large distribution warehouse. They just stock everything from 500 different companies, and and basically just, we can drop ship from them, or they, will ship us bulk. So, but yeah, they do not sell to the public. Yeah, I think, our inlet probably only weighs, what do you think, Mike? Like 2-3 pounds, maybe. So, I saw something about the EPA with Turn 14. I don't know what's going on. I'm not going to comment about it, but it was for selling exhaust stuff that modifies smog stuff. I don't know how long this goes, because the EPA, when they come knocking, can look at what you've been selling for the last 10 years. So it's pretty nasty. But yeah, they're a huge company. I mean, look at the other company, the one that I despise, Redline 360. Another private equity firm, they got sued by the EPA also. I think a $20 million lawsuit. Yeah, pretty crazy. Hopefully the EPA will chill the fuck out here soon, considering there's different sheriffs in town and different people are running it now. But yeah, what's up, Jerry? Yeah, I mean, there's good things about the EPA and there's some bad, stupid things about the EPA. I just, I wish it would not punish businesses so much. So, I think, when you're selling this stuff that literally says race use only and someone runs it on the street, I don't know how a company can be responsible for that. But, you know, the fact is they just want to go after companies because they're easier to go after rather than the normal citizen that would be breaking the law. I don't even know who Jack Spania is, so I don't follow much, man. I work 24/7 trying to make a living, and I do a couple fun things a year, and then for the most part, it's 7 days a week in the office working and packing and trying to make this business grow even more. Um, so, oh, okay. So he's probably not respected by anyone in the industry. That's been irrelevant for the last 20 years. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is anyone wants to copy our downpipe, I'm instantly doing a lawsuit. So, I mean, V-bands have been around forever, but nobody's thought up the idea that I had. I mean, I'm sure the EPA would not like our downpipe one way or another, but the whole idea behind our downpipe was to give people an option to basically be able to be catted on the street and then be able to go catless when they go to the racetrack and have the most out of their setup, but be street compliant, when they go back to the road. So I think it's a cool idea. So yeah, PLM make a lot of their own parts now. I know they've copied a lot. One of them, the PRL charge pipes, that was one of the big ones. They've copied a bunch of other things. They're known for that. I mean, Chinese companies have been doing this for 30 years. I mean, you go to a trade show, they literally are walking around the booths with the tape measure and camera taking pictures of shit to go back to China and make and rip off. I mean, that's just what they do. The only reason we sell PLM, we get asked about it all the time for one, and I will only sell the PLM parts that have not been legit copied off of some other company. So like you won't see the PLM intercooler pipes from the 10th gen on our site. So like all their downpipes haven't copied anyone. But yeah, I think it was definitely with the PRL charge pipe, they copied like one flange was the exact same as PRL's. No PRL part will need a tune, pretty much. There's only a couple parts. If you change the MAF housing size to a race MAF, you do. If you bolt on a turbo, yes, you'll need a tune. Other than that, everything PRL does not need a tune at all. One thing I want to get straight here, I get this question all the time. Like, what downpipes don't need a tune? No downpipe needs a tune. There are some, though, that need a tuner. Basically, they need the tuner to turn off the check engine light, but they don't need an actual custom tune to run the downpipe. They just need to have the secondary O2 sensor shut off. So just wanted to clear that up for anyone watching that has the question, because I get asked it daily. The other thing, like if I send you a link to something, please read the description. There's so many people I have to go over countless things. Like I sent a picture of something to a guy, a link, and it literally said black edition. And it had a picture of a black part. And the guy literally asked me, well, am I getting the black one? Like, dude, come on. It's so frustrating. Reading is really good, especially with parts. There's so much information in there, especially we've custom put. We basically have a team that has gone through every single manufacturer's part and cleaned up all the verbiage, so it's more simple for the average person to read through and understand what they're getting and what works and what does not. So yeah, I mean, look, there's some decent Chinese parts, I'm not gonna lie. It just depends on the quality control. I worked for 30 years for a company that bought from China, and had stuff manufactured. But it can be bad if you don't have the proper people in place to watch things. I mean, like I said, every single Axion part is made 100% in the US. So I feel pretty good about saying that. And a lot of people bitch about the price. And, the price of the downpipes, you're getting way above and beyond these cast versions that are just cast simple and they have a random cat welded on and that's it. There's nothing really to them. So the fact that ours are maybe $50 more and you get a downpipe that's all hand TIG welded, stainless. You have a cat that can be removed at the racetrack and replaced with a catless version, and it's $50 more is just insane to me. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, that's cheap. The welds are just nowhere near as good. They're usually done by a robot. It depends on what they're being used for. Cool. Well, let me know. Usually I order in batches. So they do run out pretty quick, to be quite honest. I would love to grow and be able to order like 150 and have them just sitting on the shelf at all times. But I'm still, when it comes to manufacturing, still a very small company compared to other people. And, all this company's funded by me. It's not funded by anyone else. So, you know, yeah, I mean, I love getting parts that are made in Europe or, in the States. The quality and fitment, I just feel is 100% better. Yeah, I mean, the tolerances usually are not the same because the quality control just isn't there. Well, so RV6 downpipe and two-step are basically two identical downpipes. Two-step, it's the PRL one. That's the one you're basically getting. Two cast pieces, same as RV6, with the same exact cat. There is absolutely no difference between the two. None. They make the same power, same just generic parts that are welded together. I would say the only thing that I've seen different on both of them is maybe the weld quality is a little different on the RV6 ones. But they're both fantastic. They both don't throw a check engine light. Both are usually always out of stock. I did have a bunch of RV6 ones, and those are sold out, I think, for about 4 to 6 weeks. So, yeah, I mean, trying to keep these downpipes in stock is impossible. It's usually the second or third mod everyone does when they modify a car, pretty much. But yeah, ours probably about 4 to 6 weeks, maybe longer. There's a little bit more involved with making our downpipes, and they're all made, by hand. So I don't have anything like, cast done for us, which that cuts down a lot of cost. But yeah, most of all the downpipes, except for ours, are all going to sound almost identical. So. I tried branching away from Honda a bit, and there's already companies that are there that already, take care of people. And I will be starting another business. I already have everything laid out. I just have to have time to start building another website that will actually cater to other cars besides Honda and Acura. So I can get anything. We usually do PayPal invoices. Like, I have someone that ordered something for their Lexus the other day. I have someone that ordered a lift kit for their Toyota, but we just don't have it on the website. Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing too with like these coilover brands that everyone has. I'm not going to name names, but they're basically just the same coilovers tweaked a little bit that are all made in the same factory that are just colored different. So Yep. But yeah, I mean, it's, most of these companies, it's whatever makes money. Oh, tonight's video is sponsored by Perrier. So, not that they're paying me or not, but, what else we got? I'm trying to think. Still, acuity shifter, no idea of the time limit on that. Our Civic should be making its way out here in the next couple weeks, hopefully. I'm just waiting on some quotes to understand how much it's going to cost to get it from Arizona to North Carolina. And I've got to move our other car down to Phoenix somewhere to have it stored for a little bit. So there's that too. So I got a lot going on in Arizona too, and finishing up everything there and selling a house and you name it. But yeah, I am going to be going by and checking out the new Honda Passport tomorrow, which I'm very excited to see in person. And we'll probably do a little YouTube video on it. I don't know if you guys want to see it. I think it'll be cool. We probably aren't going to do one of the new ones for at least maybe 6 months to a year. But I probably will get out of the 2021 Passport and eventually get into a 26 because I love the new styling on the new Passports. And the fact is, the Passport we have is just the sport all-wheel drive one, and it's kind of plain. I like a little bit of luxury in the SUV, especially we do a lot of road trips, so it's always good to have. But yeah, if you guys have questions on parts, shoot them in. I don't know how long we're going to be on tonight. There's quite a few people in here, which is good. Yeah, I'm not going to H-Day. I mean, honestly, I forget when all these events are. I can't even keep up anymore. But yeah, hopefully some good videos coming up. I'm actually going to have a video tomorrow of the PRL carbon inlet to go over real quick. It does, however, not fit the Accord. So you guys know, it's just slightly off. You can pretty much make it work, but I just don't think the fitment's perfect enough for me to personally run it on my car if I had an Accord. I live in a place called, well, the main town is New Bern, North Carolina. So 30 minutes from the beach. We're supposed to get snow Wednesday night, so we'll see. I don't know if it's going to come down this way far enough, but we'll see if we get it. But yeah, North Carolina, and I love being on the East Coast. I mean, I do miss Arizona a lot. Probably would have stayed there if the housing hadn't gone up so much. I didn't want to spend, $1 million on a simple house. It's getting outrageous in Arizona. So we moved here for kind of a quieter way of life, and I love the South and the people, and yeah, it just works for us. And then I'm closer to, I don't have to fly as far when we go to Europe for our vacations or wherever. So it works perfect. Plus, Arizona is just changing too much, man. And the gas prices are out of control. But yeah, what else is up? I don't think there's anything. I probably will come back on next week and go over some stuff if you guys want to tune in. I'm going to try and just be on every week, and if it's good, it's good. If it's not, I can get off, but I don't care. But I'll let you guys know if I'm not going to go. But yeah, I hopefully will be at the thing in May with Andy, which is the streetcar bragging rights, hopefully, which would be fun to go to and see his car and see Alex Gleach's Accord and see if Andy can beat the record, which will be kind of cool. But we'll see. I think that's it for the night. I don't know. If anyone got any other questions real quick, make sure to, I mean, everyone on here already knows our website. So I hate, talking about it, but who knows who else is in here. But yeah, you guys can reach out, go order stuff online on our website. And if anyone has any questions, just reach out and ask them at any point. Just make sure you read and do your homework first, because I spend a lot of time with certain people and they just refuse to read. So it's very frustrating sometimes. I'm trying to make my life a little bit easier. So that's about it for the week, I guess. Make sure to thumbs up the video if you guys can. I appreciate that. Always helps. And we're right at about 40 minutes tonight, so that's not too bad. And I will be back next week at 8 o'clock East Coast. Make sure to save some of your questions for when you're modifying. Mike, send me pictures of how the inlet looks when you get it done. I want to see it. And Andy, I should have that shipment coming to you this week, hopefully. Let me see who else. I think that's it. Jerry, have a good night. And yeah, everyone stay safe and have a good week. And we'll see you next week for Mondays with Mike. Cool. Later. Bye, Mark.